Today we are going to work on cleaning out the Saddle Mountain Petrified Wood pre-polish batch. On a previous video, we went through the process of sending these into medium grit, and since then I've put them into pre-polish, and what we're going to do is we're going to clean these up from the pre-polish and put them into polish. So what I do is I'll fill them with water and I add a squirt of Dawn dish soap inside here. Then I let it go for between 15 minutes and 30 minutes. And when done, I just turn them off and we will take them over to the cleaning area to get them all cleaned up. There's all kinds of uses for these milk crates. Got them from a local department store on sale for $3.99. For those of you in the Northwest, you know Bi-Mart. Love that place. But yeah, they had them on sale for $3.99, and I think I got 15 or 20 of them. Excellent for hauling rocks and all kinds of other stuff. And you're legal to own these because they don't have the logo of a dairy on them. Those, legally, you're not supposed to have. They are property of that dairy. Anyways, time to put those one at a time in there so they can be added over here. Yes, with my Lotto, I use separate barrels, as you kind of can tell, for pre-polish and polish. I do not use my Lotto for medium grit. I personally get better results in the Beast or my Loratone QT12, and actually I get pretty good results out of the little Harbor Freight dual drum rotary tumblers as well. So I'm going to put you guys up over here on the tripod. It's a strong tripod, so you're not going to fall off. And we're going to get these things cleaned. So I am not going to bore you with all 5 of these. I may show you maybe 2. And see, the Lotto does a really good job at cleaning in the cracks and holes and divots and stuff of this material, because it's in there shaking for 15 to 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Today was right about 30 minutes, and it really helps get the sludge out from all of the tight little spots. And yes, the media gets washed right along with it and gets put right back in the polish barrel. So it's turning out okay. Okay, that's all I do. I just make sure, well, it's going to be a pretty one. I just make sure that all the old sludge is off of them. And it's time to move on. Normally I would do this just right on the ground, but since you guys are sitting right here, I'll just move it up here and hopefully I don't make a mess and cause a problem. So, if you're wondering where this came from, a good friend of mine in Illinois, Kristen, sent this to me as a gift when I first started with the Lottos. And I'm telling you, I use that thing all the time. It's a canning funnel that fits inside of a smallmouth lid. For the canning lids that sit on the outside of the smallmouth lid but fit inside the largemouth, those are too big. That funnel has had every batch of rocks I have ever polished through it at least twice. And I'm going slow, making sure I don't make a mess. I'm also going slow to make sure that I didn't miss any of that gray sludge. Ooh, look at that guy. I have a feeling that was going to be a problem. I'm going to set him aside, and I get that cleaned out, clean him out by hand. And see, that's the one with a hole in it too. I'm glad I found this one right away. But I'll get a pick out, clean that out, and then I'll toss them back into this barrel after the batch is going. But I've got a set of picks just for this. Okay. So I'll put this up on the bench. This one here is done. Creamer containers. The missus goes through a lot of creamer. I don't touch this stuff, but she goes through a lot of it, and they are some fantastic little containers for all types of stuff. I just put some random rocks in these here to weight them down to hold these lids. And the short ones, the 2.2 pounders, are really good for this. The tall ones are a little bit too tall, and you got to put enough rock in it to keep them stable. I am full of tips today. So we'll do one more, and then I'm going to set you guys aside and then speed through the other three. And then I will show you what I do to get these ready in the final polish. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, now the next step is got to fill these up with water. Doesn't have to be all the way. Oops, sorry. Hope you guys. Now, what I did is I took one of the original lids and I drilled a bunch of holes in it. So I can put them on here and dump the water out. And what this is doing is just making sure that all the rocks are wet. Now that they're all dried off, or all the water's drained out, don't really care how if these are too dry. Back to the old trusty Carnation Coffee Mate container, but it's not Coffee Mate in there. It is aluminum oxide. Half a teaspoon. That's all it's needed. Yes, a half a teaspoon. I don't know how much is needed for a rotary tumbler, but the amount of money that I've been saved on polish has probably paid for one of these over the years. Paid for one of these tumblers, because I don't have to put, what, 10 times that amount in? And then, the last thing is, back to my purple buckets that I love so much, that are so useful and handy. Back to the borax, 1 tablespoon. And again, it's not exactly measured, it's usually a little less. Get back on it, twist it closed. Now, the final thing, these lids. I am sure some of those who are familiar with the lottos are asking me, where did you get these lids at? They were made for me. My neighbor has a 3D printer, and he loves finding things that I can use. And he prints out all kinds of stuff for me. Stands for my Cabochons sticks, stands for my Hercules brand batteries and tools, perfectly good blocks with the right angles for my Intarsia machine. He's printed out some pretty cool stuff. And he's printed out some duds too. But you know, it's only one way to learn, but I would say 90% of what he's printed out for me has been fantastic. And the stuff that he's prints out, I use basically on a daily basis. So, yes, and you can have these printed in any color you want. I wanted this, just to be different. So now, these are going to go on the machines for 2 days. After that, I'm going to go through the cleanup process, and then I will show you the results. Well, we are waiting on the tumble batch to get done. It'll be done tomorrow. But I received these from a person. They said that I helped them out. And I received, this was mailed to me back in November 12th. And I was just at my private mailbox for the first time in a couple months, actually. And I just picked this up. And this is from a person with the last name of Bowen in Payson, Utah. And they left a note saying they thanking me for the time I spent with them and helping them out. And this is what they sent. So let's go through this real quick. And it's really fun receiving stuff from material, or receiving material from areas that I am not familiar with. So we have here is a piece of dino bone. Change hands here so we don't put a shadow on everything. But yeah, that's a piece of dino bone. And this here says it's loosened from Utah. And Old Onyx, Arizona area was told it could be wrong, so we're not sure what that is, but it's probably, I'm going to go with his bet and say it's Onyx. And San Rafael Jasper in Utah. So this one here just says a cab on it. But it looks like that's the same material. It's a little bit different. Not sure what that one is. But I really appreciate you guys when you send me stuff. And what I'm going to be doing with this when I'm done with my obsidian season, I will be cabbing this. And I will probably make a video on something. So I like that green. I bet I can get two cabs off that guy. I can get a good quality cab on for the dino bone, and then the Jasper. Definitely 2 cabs off of that one. Might be able to get 2 of that one there if I use that somehow. Work my way into it, and then 4 or 5 possibly off of this Onyx. But I apologize for taking so long to get to it. So, Bowen family, thank you. I really appreciate it. And if anybody else wants to send something and watch me make a cabochon out of it, the address is in the description below. Here are the results of the polished Saddle Mountain Petrified Wood. And this stuff is just incredible. Love how it takes such a good polish and how the colors just pop. And plus we get so many different types of petrified wood here. We get, like what this one here is, agatized. That's be an opalized one. There's a couple floating around here. It's got some jasper in it as well. There's one. Yep, that's got some jasper in it. See, it's almost like the exterior of the bark that's been petrified. You can see the cracks that's been filled in. So yeah, this stuff is just incredible. The colors, the textures, the patterns, all of it is just this is just what makes this hobby so much fun. Is there is not one piece in here that is the same. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for spending your time with me. And going to be definitely looking forward to doing more. Boy, look at this one here. Hope you can see what I'm looking at. So for now, thank you for watching. And hey, if you're not subscribed, please do so. Be sure to hit the like button. And look forward to being with you guys in the next one. Thanks.